So here we're going to make this little ghost rosette, and the ghost is holding up a banner. You're going to need cupcake liners. You're going to need twine and some tulle and a die cut if you want to use a die cut. Of course, your embellishment, your little ghost, and a punch, or you can make your own banner, and of course some letters so you can spell out boo. You need your circle, punched circle to glue on, and some pattern paper, of course, so you can punch out your little banner. So here I'm just going to cut my rosette, and you want to cut the bottom part off. I actually cut about 1/8 inch from the bottom, and that's just my preference because I don't want it too large. And of course, it depends on what size you're making. You can use a regular liner or a mini liner if you want a tiny rosette. Here we're going to glue on the punched circle, and just glue a little bit at a time. That way you can make it as circular as possible, and you don't have to do too much cutting at the end after you've glued this all down. Especially if you have like a patterned rose liner here where it has kind of a bottom design there. You can still trim a little bit, I guess, if you don't get it completely circular. It just depends how picky you are. But I do tend to trim mine if it doesn't come out as planned. So just be careful, the glue is very hot. Now I usually use low temp hot glue gun, and I often burn myself a little bit, but it's nothing serious because it is low temp. So just be careful if you are using your fingers here. It gets pretty hot. So after you've gone all the way around, you do want to just cut the excess there, which I'm doing. And that looks pretty circular, so I didn't have to trim this one. So next layer is your rosette, your tulle. So I'm going to cut a couple of pieces here just to make sure I have enough to go all the way around, because I'm going to pleat the tulle before I glue it down. And I'm also going to fold it in half so that I can have a nice fluffy rosette. And that will just make it a little more puffed up. And again, be careful here because the glue is very hot. So I just kind of pleat as I go along. I find this is, the best way for me. So I just go all the way around. And then if you have any tulle hanging out and you don't like that, you can just trim that on the bottom. And here, I guess it's a little hot, so I decided to go ahead and use my tweezers. So just go ahead and adhere the tulle all the way around here. And this video, I had videotaped a whole bunch. So I forgot about this video because I guess, I had so many videos on my camera and I just forgot. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a very simple rosette, but I just thought I'd share my process video. I know one of my friends did ask how I adhered the tulle down, so this might be helpful for her. And I always love watching process videos because then you get ideas Maybe you're doing your process a little differently, and you know, you might find this is, I don't know, faster, or you prefer it. So it's always fun to watch other people. So here I punched out a glittered paper, a glittered cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. Sometimes I'll actually go ahead and ink the edges, but apparently I didn't for this process video here. So I'm going to adhere my little guy here, my ghost that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and it's the wooden ghost. I love this one, and I hope I can find it again. Excuse the noise. I'm actually downstairs in the kitchen recording this because I'm doing my editing. So here is a web die cut, and oh, I guess I didn't use it. I decided not to use it. I thought I was going to use it, but I think I'm going to end up using that web for the next rosette that I create. So here I'm just folding a piece of cardstock so that I can trim. And I folded it so that, as you can see there, I'm not going to cut all the way on the top, so that I have a folded piece that I can just glue. I hope that made sense. Do you see that I'm not putting the paper all the way on the top so it doesn't cut the top off, so that you still have that folded banner? And I'm going to show you here in a minute when I glue it to the twine. Here I'm just inking up the edges. Excuse me. And I'm going to go ahead and just get some letters here to put, and see how I unfolded that when I cut it. And you don't have to do that. I mean, if you want to just punch it out one piece instead of the folded, you can. I just decided to do that. I don't know why, but sometimes I don't always do that. But apparently I felt like doing that here. It's just a little bit easier, I guess, to put that, glue it on the twine. So I basically spelled out boo using these gold letters, these foiled gold letters that I think I got way back from Aaron Brothers, I think. So I'm just gonna create a small bow here so that I can glue that at the end of my banner on each end. And so just, you want to make a couple of these and leave yourself plenty of room to make that bow. Instead of, you know, cutting your piece and then trying to make the bow, I just leave it on the spool and then make my bow and then cut it. Here I'm just going to trim it some more. I guess I want it even tinier. And this twine is, I believe, from Target, if I'm not mistaken. So there, I'm just going to go ahead and glue before I put the, oh no, I'm not going to glue yet. I'm going to glue the banner on there. I was just measuring it. So just go ahead and hot glue that first pin there. And I think you get the gist here. Basically just glue them all together and make sure that they're close enough so that you don't make your banner too wide, I guess, because that little ghosty is not that big. And there's the last piece, and then we can glue it onto our ghost. I really like that ghost. I hope that Hobby Lobby still has it, and whenever I get a chance to go again, I'm gonna want to stock up on that. I didn't see too many of them when I had gone there, so I don't know if they still have them, but I just thought he was the cutest thing. Okay, and then just trim your excess twine there, and then you can go ahead and glue your tiny bows on each side. And I think that's basically it. I don't remember if I added any rhinestones, but you can definitely decorate more if you'd like. And these rosettes are just really cute. You can put them on a clothespin, use it as a topper. You can put it as part of your packaging, you know, kind of, you can make a belly band and then just wrap it around. Here, I guess I'm making another rosette here, I just decorated it differently, but the process is pretty much the same thing. You want to just get all your embellishments and cut your cupcake liner again. And I did speed this up so it won't be too long. I think I recorded this separately, so I think I remember that day I was kind of getting interrupted, and so if it seems a little repetitive, yeah, that's why, because I pre-recorded this in sections. Like I said, that's what I've been doing lately because I've just been so busy that I can't really sit down to record for too long sometimes. I have to just record them in sections and then later on just try to piece my videos together. But that way I guess I can, you know, practice my editing. So that's the upside. So anyway, here we're just trying to get that last piece, and I think I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do that because of the the pattern on this one, you know, the black and white alternating here. I just want to make sure that it actually, you know, looks even. So I think that looks pretty even there. And then what I did here is I pre-made the smaller rosette using a smaller cupcake liner, and so I'm going to put that on top as well after I glue the tulle. So here I am again, just pleating the tulle, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that tulle layer down. And then after that, I think I go ahead and put the smaller rosette. So this is a great way to, you know, create rosettes without having to use your cardstock and having to score it. And I find also I like to make these versus, you know, like using my cardstock, because these are flat, and as you can see, the pleats are finer, and so yeah, they lay flat. So usually for rosettes that I'm going to use to embellish, you know, one of my booklets or minis, this is what I've been using, just because the other ones are two-dimensional, and I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, I am now putting the rosette, the smaller rosette, on top of the tulle, and then I cut this spider web with using a glittered cardstock and silver. And this is another way that you can use your die cut there. Just cut a piece of the die cut, and I'm going to put one on the bottom as well. So that kind of just, I don't know, just adds more interest to the rosette, especially if your die cut, like this little spider web, it's kind of a smaller spider web, so I did cut it so that I can tuck it in instead. And here I'm just putting some rhinestones on this one. And these are just rhinestones that I got from various places, Hobby Lobby and I think Walmart. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.